Hey there, creepy peeps, and welcome to another Dissecting the Macabre. Today we're going to be talking about 1958's The Blob. Really quick though, I have two things I want to talk about. First thing is thank you to my creepy patron peeps for your support of my channel. I really do appreciate it. If you want to find out the perks to being a creepy patron peep, you can follow that link in the description. Second thing is me and Emma from Spooky Astronauts are going to be collaborating. We are starting a monthly live streaming show. I guess you could call it a show. And we're calling it Does This Offend You? And we're going to be talking about controversial horror movies. The shows are going to be on each of our channels alternatingly. Is that a word? Alternatingly? The first show is going to be on April 6th at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on this channel, my channel, Nightmare Maven, and we're going to be talking about Cannibal Holocaust and the Green Inferno. So make sure you tune in for that. All right, now on to the dissection. About the Blob. A mysterious creature from another planet resembling a giant blob of jelly lands on Earth. The people of a nearby small town refuse to listen to some teenagers who have witnessed the blob's destructive power. In the meantime, the blob just keeps on getting bigger and bigger. All right, so the Blob is directed by Irvin Yeaworth, hopefully I said that right, who at that time had already directed more than 400 films for motivational, educational, and religious purposes. And this is Steve McQueen's first ever feature film debut, which funnily enough, he initially turned down because of the paycheck. He thought the amount he was gonna get was too small, at least to my understanding, and negotiated for like 10% of the profits or something like that, because he thought the film was gonna flop. Which I think is pretty bold to do on your first feature film, but you know, whatever. The theme, Beware the Blob, written by Burt Bacharach and Mac David, was a nationwide hit, which I probably can't play the song right now because I'm sure it's still under copyright. I'm sure somebody is still holding on to that copyright. But it was a hit, and it is a jam, y'all. It is groovy. I'm gonna link to, if I can find like a music video or something on YouTube where it's playing or something, I'm gonna link to it in the description so you can listen to it if you haven't, because it's a jam, y'all. It is a jam. During the year that it was released, 1958, it peaked at number 33 on the Billboard charts. So people were digging it. I'm telling you, it was a jam. There's nothing that, you know, kind of like the Blob created as far as themes or analysis goes, if that makes any sense, but it's definitely part of a much wider, much larger pool of films in the 1950s that were mostly creature features and kind of like alien, sci-fi, invasion kind of films. Like I said, which were very popular this decade following the aftermath of World War II and the dropping of the atomic bombs. So a lot of people were very much worried about the repercussions of this kind of like technology and this kind of warfare. So we saw a lot of, like I said, creature features, giant bugs and things like that that, you know, were the result of radiation. So people were really, really playing out their fears of the aftermath of dropping something like an atomic bomb on the Earth. As far as reception goes, when the movie opened, it opened on a double bill as the B film. The other film that was with it was I Married a Monster from Outer Space, which sounds like a hit. It quickly moved up to the main feature because of the popularity of the movie. Audiences really enjoyed it, even though the critics were not so jazzed about it. Most of the critics harped on the excessive amount of dialogue and talking scenes and the lack of scenes of the Blob consuming people. So kind of harped on Steve McQueen's performance a little bit. And I think I read one where the review said he gave it the good old college try or something, which sounds like the worst thing you could say about somebody's acting. Like, you know, you gave it a good old college try. Like, that sounds awful and totally unfair if it was his first feature film debut. Like, come on, give him a break. The film is definitely now a cult hit. Would you call it a cult hit? I don't know. It's definitely gone down in horror history. And a fun little tidbit, this is Neil deGrasse Tyson's favorite Alien movie. I mean, if Neil deGrasse Tyson likes it, like, come on, you know? This past week was the first time I've actually seen the Blob, and it was nice to see, and I definitely recognized elements in the movie that I have seen in other films, obviously that came after the Blob, so it was cool to see the origin of certain like scenes and things like Night of the Creeps. The opening of Night of the Creeps was definitely, obviously, a kind of tribute to B creature features like the Blob, so it was nice to see where that originated. I watched the Blob on Amazon, so I'll put an affiliate link in the description box. There's no pressure to use that link, but if you do use the link and watch the film, then, you know, it helps the channel out a little bit. As always, you can find me at all the normal social media places. The links for those are in the description. You can also find me on my blog at nightmaremaven.com. There'll be a companion piece to this video up there right now, so you can check that out if you want. You can also find me at morbidlybeautiful.com as a contributing writer and on their YouTube channel as a contributing host, as well as on patreon.com/nightmaremaven if you want to check that out and support the channel that way. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here and become a creepy peep today. I post videos Monday through Friday, and now I have to say hit that notification bell. If you watched my video yesterday, it recently came to light from a YouTube representative that YouTube does not notify all of your subscribers when you post a new video or go live unless they hit the notification bell. So I know that's really stupid. So if you want to be notified right away when I post a video, you can hit the bell. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay strange. Bye.